Try to write feedback on a session you listened to 3 days ago from memory. You'll remember the overall feeling, strong, shaky, somewhere in between. But the specific moment that earned that feeling, gone. So you reconstruct it. You invent a plausible example. And invented evidence isn't evidence. This video is about the alternative, building your feedback while you listen, so that when you write, you already have the proof in hand. The strongest feedback is captured during listening, not assembled afterward from impressions. So the discipline is this. As you score each competency, each behavioral statement, each marker, you capture the evidence behind that score in the same moment you give it. The score and its proof get recorded together. Not the score now and the justification later, when the justification is really a guess dressed up as memory. This is slower, and that's fine. A review where you stop to note the moment is worth far more than one you breeze through and can't defend. So what counts as evidence? 3 forms, all 3 valid. The strongest is a timestamp with a direct quote. At 11:05, the coach asked, "What would success look like for you?" The exact moment, the exact words. When a clean quote isn't practical, a paraphrase works. Around the 8-minute mark, the coach reflected the client's emotion before moving on, still anchored in time. And here's the one people forget. The absence of a skill is evidence too. A clear note that the coach never confirmed the session focus with a timestamp where it would fit is just as valid. Now relieve yourself of a burden. Evidence does not have to be lengthy. New evaluators think more words mean more rigor. Writing paragraphs about a single moment, you don't need to. Strong evidence is short. It just has to be 3 things. Clear, easy for the coach to follow. Accurate, grounded in what actually happened, not what you assumed. And connected to the criteria, tied to the competency, marker, or bars you're evaluating. A single sharp sentence with a timestamp does more than a paragraph of impression. Brief and precise beats long and vague. Here's the test that ties it together. Your evidence and your score have to tell the same story. Your feedback should align with the scores you select on the session observation form or the competency review form. Rate a competency high, the evidence shows why. Rate it low, the same. When they don't match, the coach feels it. A glowing comment next to a low score, and your evaluation loses credibility. Every score needs evidence that supports it. No exceptions. The number and the note aren't 2 things, they're one claim, told twice. So this is the habit to build. Listen and capture in real time. Timestamps and quotes as the session unfolds, not after. Note both presence and absence, what was demonstrated and where a skill was missing. Connect every piece of evidence to the competency it speaks to, and make sure the evidence and the score tell one story. That captured evidence is the foundation everything else is built on. You're ready, and you have proof in hand. Next, the writing itself, the characteristics of high-quality feedback, the language that invites growth, and the patterns to avoid.